It's been an incredibly exciting time to be a Pokemon fan, with rumours of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, the debut Nintendo Switch Pokemon titles, gaining steam every single hour. Yesterday, the domain names for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee were registered by the same company that registers every Pokemon-related website for Nintendo, and we still have so much to talk about, as you can tell from the title of this video. Let's jump straight into it. I'm sure you guys are all familiar with this little image of 4chan right here with potential leaks related to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. The thing we're going to focus on in today's video is the new accessory that can be used with both Pokemon Go and the games. A lot of people are incredibly worried about the potential of Pokemon Go integration, catching Pokemon working like it does in Pokemon Go. I'm not too worried about it. I'm sure Game Freak aren't going to take away core mechanics from the core RPG main series titles and just shoehorn Pokemon Go physics mechanics into main series games. That would be just suicide. Instead, I think they're just going to make the two titles compatible with each other. What's incredibly intriguing about this potential new accessory that can be used with both Pokemon Go and the Nintendo Switch titles is that a couple of months ago, a brand new patent was filed by not only Nintendo, but Game Freak a month after Nintendo's patent. And we can take a look at these patents online. They're all available for us. So, this new patent application by Nintendo and Game Freak was published, it was 26th of April. It appears to be a new system of cards with changes in colours, pattern and background. And here's the images in full. They're basically like collectible trading cards, except the display on them can change. The colours, what they actually display, can change. In practical terms, in practical use, these cards are essentially NFC amiibo cards. These cards we've seen in games such as Animal Crossing on the Nintendo Wii U, and they were also compatible with Happy Home Designer, I believe, on the Nintendo 3DS, as well as Pokémon Tournament on the Nintendo Wii U as well. You used an amiibo NFC card to unlock Shadow Mewtwo. It came in limited editions of Pokémon Tournament. The only difference is as I've already said, the display can change. We're going to get more into that in just a second. The person that actually filed this patent was Koji Kawada. Koji Kawada is a member of Game Freak who works on the user interface for pretty much every single Pokemon game for the last 7 or so years. So him having some part in this patent could potentially mean that this is related to the UI for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee if these games turn out to be real, which they're real. Could these cards be related, as PokeExperto has said here, related to the new Pokedex? Or could they be a way to view your Pokemon's stats and their moves and show them to your friends and potentially trade them? Or even move them from Pokemon Switch, from Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee to Pokemon Go. The incredibly fascinating thing with this patent is that these cards not only work and not only communicate with the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo 3DS, they can work across a whole line of electronic devices. Not only Nintendo devices, mobile phones as well. And not only do they communicate with mobile devices, as well as Nintendo consoles, they can also communicate with each other. In the patents, the way that the cards can communicate with each other are fairly limited. As you can see at the top here, they've got a rock, paper, scissors system, meaning you can partake in simple games of luck with the cards. But I have no doubt that the system could potentially be a little bit more complicated than that. Heck, the Pokemon Go system of battling is incredibly simple. Maybe you can transfer your Pokemon from Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu to these cards and battle on Pokemon Go with them using 2 limited moves. This article on Nintendo Life, which was written by Ryan Craddock, we played Splatoon 2 together a couple of weeks ago, that's pretty cool, describes the application's main apparatus as a portable information processing apparatus with mentions of buttons, gyro sensors and a touchscreen, and then says it is not necessarily to be limited to a game dedicated machine, specifically suggesting the use of smartphones. This may all sound quite complicated to you, believe me. it took me ages to actually fully understand the use of these cards. GoNintendo.com have a very simple, nice, easy to read summary on their website. It's an application for a digital card format. Non-limited example game apparatus includes a card display screen, including an image of a card object. It could display Pokemon on it. Image displayed on the card is a composite made of a background as well as a color change image. It's capable of changing color. Could that potentially mean if your Pokemon gets hit by an attack, it'll flash red? I'm not too sure. This will differ according to an attitude of the game apparatus. Depending on where the user is positioned in relation to the card, it can appear to glitter, just like a standard trading card. It can mimic a trading card. And the card system can be used to capture wild monsters and have them work with you. You could even potentially capture them in Pokemon Go, transfer it to the card, and then transfer it to the Nintendo Switch titles. This all sounds so perfectly made for Pokemon. It sounds so perfectly made for something that could be used to communicate with not only Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee on the Nintendo Switch, but also Pokemon Go, as this apparatus is compatible with not only Nintendo devices, but mobile devices as well. The Nintendo Life article even suggested, could this be a device that could interact with Pokemon on the Switch and Pokemon Go, combining the ideas and mechanics of both games? And with the cards being a little bit limited in terms of what they can communicate from one thing to another, it couldn't contain the information of 4 attacks and its base power and stuff like that. It sounds perfect as a way of using these cards to battle your Pokemon that are on the Nintendo Switch games and battling them against what you own on Pokemon Go. Or heck, even trading from Pokemon Go to the Pokemon Switch titles. The very first idea I had when I actually read about all of this is that potentially we could even purchase event trading cards. For example, we could purchase a Zeraora trading card from Game or GameStop or your regional equivalent and transfer it onto the Nintendo Switch simply by tapping it on the NFC feature. And it's probably the closest way Game Freak could get to monetizing event Pokemon without having the entire fan base enraged in the fact that they're adding purchasable DLC to a children's video game. And heck, I wouldn't even mind if we could purchase event Pokemon via the form of trading cards. It would mean that event Pokemon would have a much larger lifespan. It would mean that years in the future you'd just be able to tap the trading card that you purchased years ago on the NFC feature and be able to get the event Pokemon at any time you wanted. And you get something physical in the form of a collectible trading card. I think this is a very, very good idea, though it might not be what this patent is for. It's just the first thing that came into my head when I saw this feature. This 4chan leak right here was from 25 days before Game Freak had even patented this little device, but Nintendo patented it on the 23rd of March with the rock paper scissors functionality, the fact that they can glitter, the fact that just everything can change, the colors can change, stuff like that. This absolutely sounds like the new accessory that is being suggested in these leaks. And this 4chan leak, while not 100% confirmed, a lot of people are putting faith in this because they got so much right, especially the "let's go" here capitalized. Let me know in the comments section down below what you think of this patent that was filed by Game Freak roughly a month ago. Do you think that this is going to be the new accessory that is hinted at in the 4chan leaks? Do you think that this is going to be the device that can communicate from Pokemon Go to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee? I'm interested in your thoughts and discussion in the comments section down below. 500 likes would be really appreciated on this video for another Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee video to be uploaded tomorrow. Subscribe to see more of my future Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee news videos over the course of the next few months. This is an absolute mouthful, and I'll see you guys in my next video tomorrow. Peace out.